you convert it into naira, you will see that you're already challenging the entire budget of all the areas that we're talking about in Nigeria. So when you, and that's the very basic of economy, when you have limited resources and then you have things to do, you have to begin to look at which one we can touch now, which one we can talk later. And even those ones that we're doing now, whether it has touched a lot of people. For example, you cannot deny the fact that in December, there was a policy directed by the president that those who were traveling for festive season should access transportation fare for half the price of the value. But because the population is small as compared to the population of Nigeria, you would say that it has not impacted on generality of the people. You can also look at it from example in the area of agriculture. There have been improvement, whether you go to the northeast, northwest, south, or everywhere. But because we have a large population, the impact is not seen in the way you're saying. So I expect contextual intervention from you to say that to either agree or disagree, that population-wise will mean that the growth cannot be very visible at the moment. But we have testimonies, and we have testimonials of people who are impacted by that, and they are ordinary Nigerians.
Nuisance, Lele.
Now, I first ask you, Olufemi, or what do you call yourself? Is this your first time on Mayegun's Diary Political? Or you just probably want to be like a mad person on this, on this streaming this evening? I am not your presidiot. Somebody is your presidiot. I am not in the what do you call it? I'm not in the midst of your security intelligence. What have you? So you are coming onto somebody's YouTube channel, and you are asking me to set up a better security empowerment in Nigeria. As what? Like as who? As your, I don't even know what to describe it as. So you have your Nigerian army, you have your Nigerian police, you have your DSS, you have your NIA, you have your NSA, you have your presidiot, you have your IG, you have all these guys, thousands of them and trillions of your naira. And name it, all the necessary equipment to spy, right? To fight. As a country, you have a country that has all this equipment. But you're asking me, a YouTuber, to go and set up a better security empowerment to fight terrorists. So you are now talking about insult. Insult will not solve it. It is not different from those who are going to say to stop hunger in Nigeria, we should go and grow, we should go and start a farm. Do you understand that now? Like say, how many farms have you started, Mayegun? Or somebody will say to stop poverty in Nigeria. You, Mayegun, how many people have you helped? Shoshi platform yani Olufemi abugufe paeni. We are holding those who actually are supposed to be doing the job, whose job it is to protect all of us. Those who claim that they will protect you and me. Then we are now the victims in the hands of terrorists. You are asking me to set up a better security. Africa Wahala. So in what capacity would I come and set up security in Nigeria? As what? Like you are making it look like I have to give solution. You know, some of them will say, let us give them solution. Give Tinubu solution. So what happened to those people, his advisors that he is paying? What happened to his ministers? Over 13,000 appointees of ease. What happened to them? That my own advice is now what is remaining for Tinubu to do what is right. Africa Wahala. This is what they do. They say, come and give him advice. Give who advice? You have people whose job is to keep us safe. They are not doing it. Trillions of your naira is being budgeted and siphoned every year. And I'm calling them out. You're asking me to go and set up a better security empowerment. Olufemi. Advice, you are giving advice. So you want me to come here and then start sounding as if to say I am here to advise Tinubu? Like they don't even know what they are doing. So do you think they don't know what they are doing? All this looting, all this partying, all this fraud, do you think they don't know what they are doing? So they need to go and watch Mayegun's YouTube so that they can take advice. Or you just want to sound politically correct, you know? They like doing that. It's been a long time I've seen people like that just jumped onto Mayegun's diary political and they will start giving advice. Mayegun, instead of you to give solution, I should give APC Egbe solution. Me that want them to continue what they are doing. You see, Mayegun's diary political is actually to show to the rest of you, or people like yourself, Olufemi, all right? People like yourself that somehow believes that what is happening in Nigeria is not intentional. Some of you will believe that, some will say it is some evil spirit. Some will say some evil this and that. But I have passed through that stage of believing that nonsense, okay? And I do not pass that across. I don't pass that on to people here. The ruiners and destroyers of Nigeria, as career criminals that they are, they know what they are doing. The ideal thing is to enlighten the public, enlighten the citizenry, right? So that they don't keep falling for that trickery. So that one day, when that one day go be one day, we can all go for their heads. That's the reason why you are on Mayegun's diary political. I'm not here to give APC any advice. Because whatever they are doing in Nigeria, they are doing so intentionally. Kosi coincidence, kosi error mbe. Shoshi platform yani. Sholori bruku ishi platform yani. Asking me to come and start a better security. What would I call that? Nnamdi Kanu started a security in Nigeria. What did they do to him? How many people have they killed? When Nnamdi Kanu set up the Eastern Security Network in Nigeria, how many of you called for his head? How many of you believe that the same ESN that is set up is the one that is causing insecurity in Eastern Nigeria without evidence? How many of you believe that right now? And you know the Bruku Jati. So you are coming to Mayegun's diary political to come and advise Tinubu. Me advise Tinubu. Abike gbogbo yin ke sori Bruku gbogbo e blue. Ke da no sun yin. You're asking me to give advice or set up security. Set up security. As what? As the premier of Western region. Abibao. Or maybe I will just call myself the premier of Yoruba nation in exile. Maybe that's, I can just call myself the prime minister of Yoruba nation in exile. So that I can just set up Africa Wala, you go be the minister of defense. You'll be minister of defense. Princess Balogun will be the chief of naval staff. Who else is there? Yomi Totu. Maybe I can make you the chief of defense staff. So that we can set up our own security. Is that what you mean? Then type more advice. Advice who? I should advise Tinubu. Maybe we can now kind of start it all over again. Asking me to advise. Advise who? Ashiri. Oh, Koshida, no, ever last plan, Molori, please. I don't want to see somebody like that around here. That's not what you kind of advise. It is, number one, it is nonsense. You don't ask a private person to go and set up security. Set up security for who? Olani, what would you like to be? Beyakafi was Air Force Marshal. The National Security Advisor to the Prime Minister, Mayegun, Prime Minister of Yoruba Nation in exile. All right? And then we can set up our security and all that. It's mockery. It's absolute nonsense. What I'm doing here is to expose them. They already have all it takes to keep us safe. But the politics of it, the greed, then the corruption, especially the corruption of it, is the reason why you and I are having this conversation today. If everybody is doing their own job, if they are doing their job, and if you're not doing your job, you get sacked. But if Tinubu and his gang, they don't give a damn about any of you. It's just all about themselves. So everybody is having their own field day there. So until I am interested in the entire system collapsing, okay, and then all these guys hunted down one by one, share you get now, and give them the justice that they deserve in what they have done to this contraption Nigeria. That's what I am after. I'm not after you pretending to be advising people. You know, you can only, they say you can only wake somebody who is sleeping. And it also Akpirora is somebody who is pretending to be sleeping. They are not sleeping, they're just pretending to be sleeping, like, and you're waking them. Mayegun, Mayegun, Mayegun. Like that. That's somebody pretending to be sleeping. That's exactly what you have in that contraption. Everybody knows what they are doing. They all know what they are doing. And that is why, I mean, except the entire system actually really collapse on their heads, when the whole thing kind of like go up in smoke, right? They don't deserve anybody's advice. Do you think they don't know what they are doing? They do. So my wine meal, if you still have any blue color, blue femi nonsense on this place, please get out of here. All right. So going forward, right? You have the likes of Wike, who is pretty much living like he's a law unto himself. You understand? So somebody like that and people like that are those around Tinubu. So what kind of advice do you want to give him? Eh?
Maybe, take for example, I pity Secondus. He didn't understand English. That's what we can do. We cannot carry arms. We cannot go and shoot. Gone. Forget traditional rulers. If you follow them, you won't go anywhere. If anything happens now, they'll be the first people in your house. I've told you that severally. Even religious leaders, I hardly close my eyes when people are praying now. Because I don't know what they will pray. Whether an attacker will come when I'm closing my eyes. So I always open my eyes. Because, you know, you find it so unbelievable when I hear and see what is going on. That people can just change overnight for nothing. For nothing. So, just be calm. There must be something that will happen in this state that everybody will know that the movement that's going on is not a party movement. It's not a party movement. It's a movement that you will see. Forget about people claiming this and this. After all, they gave rice, you gave rice. It's not correct. They gave cow, you gave cow. It's not correct. They gave pepper, you gave pepper. No, so. So what you saw is talk. So, we are prepared. So I want to thank all our leaders. The way you came back home. The way you came back home, went to your various communities and localities. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Their envy is nothing but we had a presidential endorsement. If I tell you they're happy, they're not happy. May God ever not make them to be happy in their life. We'll continue to get more presidential endorsement. Anywhere they are now, watching all the televisions live, they have 250/200 high blood pressure. You'll be happy. And let me tell you, as you have entered this year in Abuja will be different than last year. You will see development in Abuja. Nobody can distract us. And wherever you are, pray for Mr. President. Do you understand me? Pray for me, Mr. President. We'll continue to support him. All those, they say, what it means that if President tells me to step down, you're comparing two different things. You don't have the balls, President never told you to step down. Fear of EFCC. What's that? You say President told you to step down. Well, you're not prepared, prepared. Keke don't suffer.
Criminal like that is in government. But when you see the typical closet Ronukus, Werey Wike is a great politician. Werey Wike is Werey Wike fits them. Especially the fact that he's on the side of Tinubu, a criminal like that who should be in jail. But he's a minister, wrecking more havoc like a wrecking ball. So you want me to advise people like that? He took a dig at I think this one was against the GOs. He said he doesn't close his eyes when they pray anymore because he doesn't trust them. Practically, he doesn't trust them. They don't trust themselves. Then this one.
Money. I have nothing to lose. I have a budget to present to National Assembly through Mr. President. I have nothing to lose. I give out contracts. So what's my business? Yes. Yendeba. Yes. I give an appointment. And to crown it, I give her lands. So what is every time? Red Barrow. Which Red Barrow? Look at assembly members. You thought they would die of hunger. Are they dying of hunger? Are you dying of hunger?
And he also took a dig at Uche Secondus. He said maybe Uche Secondus doesn't understand English.
Maybe, take for example, I pity Secondus. He didn't understand English language. That's why he couldn't pass from stellar marriage. If he passed from stellar marriage, you would know that I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Secondus did not pass stellar marriage college. Don't mind them. So I didn't say anything. Maybe because he did not understand simple English language. That's why I said, what did I apologize? What do you want me to apologize? What did I say? What I said is that, look, I hear and I read somebody who said should be our elder statesman said this thing today and he said a different thing tomorrow. And I said, no elder statesman should say that. And the elder statesman didn't say, I didn't say so. If he had said he didn't say that, I would have apologized. But he didn't say that, he didn't say so. So are you killing me for advising my elder statesman? No, don't do that. If he says so today, don't say that tomorrow. Did I say bad? Did I abuse anybody? So what did I do? I also never said that I built mansion for our elder statesman. I said our elder statesman was the one telling people the kind of mansion and castle I built. I didn't say I said so. So listen. I didn't say I said. I said our elder statesman was carrying people, showing them according to whom you are. Build mansion, build castle. Is that what I said? So it is not me who said. It is the man who's supposed to write that said so. All you should have done is to go to either sense by yourself. Why you go talk like that? I don't understand. I have never come to anybody. I never went to any television to say I did this, I did that. I said, look, you're the one who was going about telling people what we did, what I did. And how do you go back now to those people? That's what I said. And you want to kill me? Is that proper?
Nuisance, Lele.
So that's the Wike, the kind of people around there call you with impunity, stealing people's lands, giving them to his friends, invalidating people's documents, and then giving their lands to his own friends. And he said, "Do you want me to give the lands to my enemies?" They said, "I gave land to my friends. Do you want me to give the land to my enemies?" You know, that's the level of impunity in the system. And those are the people who are riding the system that will eventually collapse. You know, sooner or later, it's just going to be a matter of time. That one is certain. So you don't advise your enemies when they are destroying themselves. No, you let them do it. You know, when they are digging their own graves. The elites, political elites in Nigeria, they have gotten to the stage whereby they see themselves like the alpha and omega. If you speak up or speak out against their actions or inactions, right, you are automatically tagged enemy. They will say you are enemy of Nigeria. If you criticize them, if they have a chance of clamping down on you, they will do it with so much gusto. And that is the kind of people we are dealing with. So the real enemies of Nigeria are your political class and the elites, the ones that are making policies, decisions, whose decisions and policies affect millions of lives. So they are the enemies of the people. And as it is, they have gotten to that stage where they feel like, you know, maybe only God can stop them. Nothing can really stop them anymore. Okay? So they control the judiciary. They control the police. They control, but they nearly control the media too. So that's the kind of people we are dealing with. You know, where you have the propaganda arm of the government trying to force what is not real on the people. And they want them to accept it. You have to accept it. That's the truth. But it's not the truth. What you're saying is not the truth. You know? So if you say no, then they want to get rid of you. So what you have to do is kind of like enlighten the public why you allow them to continue to run on that, their propaganda and belief. You know, it has gotten to a stage where even they are believing their own lies. Do you understand what that means, right? If you are doing something wrong and people are saying, "Oh, this is not right, this is not working," or you are convinced, you're personally convinced that no, you are right, it's the right thing to do. That's dangerous. So all you have to do is just let them do it as they are. So I don't have any advice for them, and I will never advise them, by the way. I won't, because there's no point. They have to continue in this line, self-destruct button, until they destroy themselves. And it's going to happen sooner or later, okay? It's just going to be a matter of time, right? So now let's leave Werey a little bit, and then take on the direct victim, another victim of a system. So this young guy is a student in Ekiti, from what I heard. Now, on his way to go and pay his own tuition. This time around, it is the turn of, not the police, not the army, it's the turn of the NSCDC, the civil defense guys that stopped him for no reason. They extorted him, brutalized him, and here is his own story. Please watch this.
How are you, my brother? What is your name? Okay. Today, 6/1/2025. What happened between you and civil defense officers?
I was coming from my sister's shop this morning. So
which of your sister?
My sister. My sister.
What's your name?
So alongside Agilosun opposite Kawashi Market. So civil defense, they were topping their tire alongside with Foga. So when I was,
you can speak Yoruba as well.
When I was coming from, let me just say Agilosun alongside Agikolopo junction, and they have to stop me and my sister, and they asked me where am I coming from. I have to tell them that I'm coming from my sister's shop, and where are we going to? I said we are going to school because I wanted to go and pay for my school fees, and I'm looking for a house to rent because we have entered, we have resumed.
Which school is that?
Federal Polytechnic. So they were asking me that, what am I? They were asking me that, who are you? I said I'm a student, and they said where am I going to? And I explained to them.